So, the last press conference of the day just got done a few minutes ago. The E3 Sony press conference. And this one was extremely long. It said it was going to be like 90 minutes, but I think that went on to be more like 2 hours, maybe even more than that. And it was very awesome. It was full of a lot of things. This year is funny. Xbox was, as like some of the people said, since people were saying that it's not all that games based, Xbox did nothing but games at E3 this year, and obviously EA and Ubisoft did nothing but games since they're not platform companies, but they Sony did a lot of games. Not only like the big names coming out like Destiny, Order 1886, and Far Cry 4, which I showed again, which I love the gameplay of it. Wingsuit's back, awesomeness, and the world is like open and it's like more dangerous and like it actually seems mountainous or mountainy. So you've got like cliffs and whatnot that you have to like get past. And you get the wingsuit back in this one, which is awesome. I'm not sure how far into the game you get it back, but you get that back. You also get a pick, and it seems like in this pick, I don't remember, I haven't watched the trailer for a while, but the pick looked like he either threw it or just like really long reach, got it and then climbed stuff, and it looked really awesome. Like because of all of the cliffs, it's kind of a deadly landscape and whatnot, and at one point he's standing on a roof with a barrel on it, and he like puts a bomb on it, kicks it down, and blows the bomb. So it's pretty cool, you know, you can do little jury-rigged bombs. Radios in it have cars and whatnot, which is something that I am happy about. And the environments are rather dynamic. He was driving down a road, and just a whole bunch of falling rocks came and knocked him off the road, which is pretty interesting. Multiplayer's coming in, and not like the other Far Cry multiplayers where it's team and team or something like that, but no, it's legit. Friends can come in and help you out in the campaign, even if they don't have the game, which is even better. And which just that was awesome. But as I was saying, Sony showed a bunch of stuff, games and console things like Morpheus, talked about PlayStation Now, and with PlayStation Now you get all of the, you get a whole bunch of games and whatnot. And also, if you have PlayStation Now and you have a TV, you can basically use that. You can use that if you don't own a PlayStation or something like that. If you own a Sony TV and you get PSNow, you can do it on there. PlayStation TV is a thing that they announced. Basically, if I had a PS4 set up in there, someone's using this, and I had the PlayStation Now, I can be at a friend's house or something, and hook that up, and I can play my PS4 games over there with my system still here. It's kind of like a cooler version of remote play and stuff like that. Other things that they announced that were freaking awesome, like this was such a long press conference and they announced so many things that's kind of hard to fit it into just one video talking about it, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try not to go on too long. They brought up awesome things. Not only did they announce Last of Us coming to PlayStation 4, they also threw in a thing that zombies from The Last of Us, like clickers and bloaters, are now in Diablo 3, which is pretty interesting. And they all have their special moves, so I'm guessing bloater throws stuff, clickers are just psycho. And along with that, they also announced a new Grim Fandango game that is going to be coming up. So, having not played that game, I'm kind of interested to see how this one is. That would be so awesome to see. They also, after that, they showed a whole bunch of indie games, like over 20-something indie games that was going on, like, all at once. A lot of them were, like, 16-bit, you know, sprite in, like, a 2D world, stuff like that, and it was pretty sweet. And after that, they had this game that kind of reminded me of Splatterhouse at first, but it wasn't quite that. It was just really bloody, awesome metal music playing, doing it, called Let It Die, and that one was just awesome. And he, like, starts out pretty much naked, and as he's sitting there killing people, he, like, gets more clothes and whatnot. It's a very interesting idea. They did announce Dead Island 2 with a very funny trailer with the guy just sitting there running with this awesome music, and it's just like starts out normal. He's got a bite on his wrist, so you knew something was gonna happen. He just starts normal. He's sitting there running, and just everything's going just chaotic behind him until he finally turns into a zombie. And they explain why a person who is bitten just recently, next time you see them, they're all decomposed, because that all happens rapidly, because after it spread, it was like just everything just becoming, oh, I forgot about that, everything becoming just rotted on him. There was a Abzu underwater adventure game made by the same people who did Journey. No Man's Sky was one of the biggest ones that I saw that really, like, my jaw hit the countertop pretty much. It's pretty much everything I've wanted in a sci-fi game. Everybody that plays it, like, starts out somewhere, pretty much their own planet. You get a spaceship, and you can, like, explore the planet and all of its beauty. Every planet is unique, and you can get in your spaceship and fly away, and without any type of loading screen or anything, you go flying into the sky and up into space, and you can go anywhere, to other planets, to having space fights and all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's just amazing. That was one of the best games I've ever seen at a press conference E3 thing. Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain was shown with another trailer, and it is absolutely brutal and gruesome and depressing. I've never even played a Metal Gear Solid game, and I was getting feels because of it, and it just... Maybe Tommy will make a video on it. He's the one that plays more Metal Gear Solid than I do. Well, obviously, if I play no Metal Gear Solid. Anyways, he has pretty much... he's got the Metal Gear Solid collection, and he's got Metal Gear Solid 5... whatchamacallit? Can't think of the name, but the one that's already out. Obviously, GTA 5 on PS4, with it's going to have enhancements, new details for the PS4, and people who already played the game on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 can move their online characters and their profile data onto the PS4, which made me just like, up that, Xbox. Take that however you want it. They also showed Arkham Knight, which everything looked super sweet. Oracle's back, telling him where to go. The world is incredibly open, all of Gotham, not just Arkham City. The Batmobile, just... Not only can you drive it and just, like, drift around and just be a boss, but you can turn the thing into a tank and shoot, and... you can kill, too. With that, at least. Takedowns seem more legit, and towards the end of the trailer, we got to see Scarecrow, and this is going to be Scarecrow missions only on PlayStation 4. Little Big Planet 3 was also shown, with new characters, gadgets. Each character has their own abilities. Sackboy can climb things. There's one called Swoop that can fly, one that can shrink and grow, that's super heavy, and another one that is a dog that can jump off walls and whatnot. There's two games that I thought were amazing. The Order and Bloodborne, which are both somewhat similar. They're creepy atmospheres. They're dark games, but in the order is more. The order is more like werewolfy type things, and that one, honestly, when I was watching the trailer for it, or not the trailer, but when I was watching the thing, the cutscenes went to gameplay so smoothly that the only way I was able to tell was since it added like the ammo count to his gun and whatnot. But as I was watching that, I was sitting there, and I could actually feel my heart pounding a little bit, so I'm just like, oh my god, what's going to happen, what's next, what's going to happen next? And it was just awesome. And in Bloodborne, this one seems to be more zombie-esque. You got to see zombie dogs, and the zombies look cool instead of like just seeing decomposition, that like their eyes are glazed over like a dead person's. Zombie dogs, which are very gruesome looking, kind of Resident Evil gruesome looking, but this one hopefully is more, it is gothic as well. Well, Order's not gothic, it's Victorian, but Bloodborne seems very gothic, and weapons are brutal. Like, he had to imagine a straight razor that is about, let's see, from here, out here, to here long. Basically a straight razor the size of a sword, and as thick as this blade. As thick as my head. Yeah. That was pretty sick looking. And I'm not sure what other kind of creatures and beasts are going to be in there. And just, yeah. Before I get on to Mortal Kombat, they showed a trailer for the Ratchet and Clank movie coming next year. I guess it's the beginning half of next year. And it also says it'll be in theaters, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Ratchet and Clank game or movie, and there's going to be a game with it. Both coming out in the beginning of 2015, so I am psyched to see those and play those. And if I didn't say it already, Mortal Kombat X gameplay was shown. Actual gameplay this time. And it is brutal. The fatalities at the end looked amazing and gory, and I loved it. There's new characters, I could tell. And there's new moves, like at one point Sub-Zero creates his ice clone. Scorpion stands there. Sub-Zero grabs his clone and throws it at him. So that was pretty sweet. Scorpion was like punching at Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero creates an ice shield that freezes Scorpion. So new moves like that seem pretty awesome. The X-rays are more gruesome. In Mortal Kombat 9, it'd be hit and break. In this one, it's like smash his skull into the ground, and then like first he's still pushing, and then the skull caves in after a second of it being on the ground. And everything, like, it takes a second for the bones to break and everything. The environments, as we saw, are interactive, blah 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 blah. And they showed more of Destiny, gave it a beta date. I don't remember what it is, but they jabbed at Xbox a little bit. With several things, and they announced Destiny to come with a white PS4 package. So that's all of the things. Project Morpheus, they talked a little briefly about it, and a series that's going to be coming out called Powers, based on the webcomic of the same name. Basically about two people that solve things, like superhero dies, they gotta figure out how, why, solve these cases, blah 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 blah. All PlayStation Network users get the first episode free, and all PlayStation Plus members get the whole series free. Anyways, that is all that I have to say. This is a lot to cover. Also, Second Son DLC, you don't need the game to play it, and it's basically a DLC where you play as Fetch, and there's a game called Entwine that was pretty interesting, just, bird thing, fish thing. They love each other, but they can't be together, so they just fly until they get things, and they turn into a dragon at the end. It's like, whoa, and then you can paint with the dragon. Yep. So, tell you guys tell me what you thought of E3, today, E3, all of your thoughts and feelings and whatnot. Put it in the comment section of this video or any of the others, because chances are you probably would put it in the others first. But if you haven't yet, put it in the comments for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I am sorry that this video took so long and whatnot, but you can blame Sony for that one. Also on the PlayStation TV thing, I forgot to mention that it sounded like you can not only replay PS4 on separate TVs, but you can also play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation portable games, PSP. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys whenever.